pretty cool. That's a whoop.
Should be able to get through this in a decent time tonight. I didn't get my.
You didn't get your packet either? I didn't either. Mail service isn't very reliable.
I didn't get my. Well, I don't know when they sent it. Yeah,
Usually they go out Wednesday, I think.
yeah, that's good.
All right, let's move along. We do have a revised agenda times 2, but the current one should be here. There's the addition of another resignation and a couple of ORS deals. Entertain a motion to approve revised agenda.
I move that we approve. Go ahead, Dale. I'll second it.
Dale and Jason second. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed the same? So moved. Is there any public comments? That all staff out there? All right, the reps, we've got student personnel reps. Is Steve or Velma? I don't see them tonight. All right, so high school report. Is that Brooke?
So right now, well, first of all, thank you guys for having me. So right now at the high school, recently in every English class, we have been discussing Orange Frog and the message behind it. And this morning, I went into Mr. Tyler, and I was like, what do you want me to say about it? He's like, just talk about it from your perspective. So first of all, I think it's very beneficial, especially in my English class. We've been taking it like farther than just reading the book. We've been like actually applying it to real life situations and like what we've experienced, and in the future, if we experience it, what to do after that. And it was super nice. We read something, we take a quiz, and then we have a whole class period to discuss it, which I really liked, because just like having a 10-minute discussion about the things in the book isn't enough. Going in depth is just so much more beneficial. Next week, we have Spirit Week. It's called Mid-Year Mayhem. We're shaking things up. My leadership teacher, Mr. Rosa, he always likes us to pick out a why when we're doing things. Why are you doing this? Who's it going to help? So our why is bringing students together, and kind of just for this Spirit Week, because May Week we're bringing it back, but we're not doing class versus class games. We're mixing it up, because ever since we come back from COVID, it's been strictly class versus class, and we're seeing that more often. So just mixing it up. We're trying to come up with some handy games. Our Spirit Week goes Monday, we have Meme Monday, so school appropriate internet memes. Tuesday, we're dressing as our favorite staff member. Wednesday, it's anything but a backpack day, so anything that can carry your school supplies, that you can carry your roll, you can bring that. Thursday is Rhyme Without Reason. This one's also shaking it up a little bit, trying to have a duo dress-up day. So, for example, me and my friend were doing a Hawaiian surfer and a construction worker. You could do Slim Shady and a pregnant lady. Anything that rhymes, you can dress up in as long as it's school appropriate. And then my personal favorite, Friday, is barbecue gas versus soccer moms. We have a bunch of relay games that are related to that. I'm super excited. And then sports, just a winter sport recap. Boys wrestling took second at state with 3 state champs, Jake Smensky, Kyle Smensky, Ethan Spencer. And just something I want to highlight is Kyle Smensky is actually the first wrestler ever to win a state championship every single year of his high school career. And I just learned that from Rosa, and I thought that was super cool, so I just wanted to hear that. Girls wrestling also took second. Huh?
Clean out of jeans there.
I'm just letting you know.
Still got one more. Still got one more.
He should be celebrated then for this. Girls wrestling took second at state with state champion Bailey Chapin. Girls swim also took second at state with state champs Kirsten Martel, Risa Rodriguez, and our medley relay took first. Cheer went to Disneyland, which looked really fun, and they took second in the nation. And then for spring sports, this year we're offering softball, baseball, track, and golf. They're all starting this week. Baseball has a home game this Wednesday at 4. Track has their first inter-squad meet this Thursday. Band also has a concert this Thursday at 7 in the auditorium. Softball is their first home game Friday. And golf actually started this day. I'm pretty sure the boys golf team went to Marshfield. And even with the bad weather, all of us are pushing through and having fun. And just thank you so much for letting me speak today.
Thanks. Any questions?
No, I just want to make a deal that when you said the cheerleaders went to Disneyland, that was funny.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have homework to do, so I will see you guys.
Later on, we are going to be revisiting the awards. So just so you know, we'll have your picture on there too later on.
Oh, the chamber ones?
Yeah.
Okay, I was like,
Good job.
Congrats, Brooke. Looks like Terry, you're up for a spell.
Okay, enrollment is in your packet. As we continue to hear more and more about the rest of the state being in decline, our numbers have dropped slightly, but we stay ahead of what's projected and ahead of pre-COVID. So I continue to be pleased about that. Any questions on enrollment? The attendance award is Hawthorne once again, so they're just keeping it. Principal asked Aaron if he needed to bring it in or not. I said, no, just go ahead and keep it there. He said, where it rightfully belongs. Where it belongs. So that the other principals know that. And now we're going to switch over. Are we ready? Do we know, Kevin? I think so. Okay, next up we have our audit report.
Thank you, and I think that Brad from Polly Rogers is with us.
I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Can you hear me? Okay, thanks, Brad. Well, how about what I will do? I'll hit the highlights you have in front of you. One-page summary, thick book with the district financial statements, and then a thinner book with our student activity fund financial statements. Brad from Polly Rogers is here to field any questions that you have. Just to go through the highlights. First of all, we received a clean opinion with no reservations from the auditors. Financially, the district's general fund ending fund balance increased by almost $1 million
Yeah, I just wanted to say that business staff, I think Kathleen and the old grade, they do a great job for a lot of information throughout the year, and you guys are in good hands. Good job.
Thanks, Brad.
I have one quick question. Have we audited our insurance on our buildings since we've done all the upgrades on all of them, or?
What we've done is we've continued to increase the values, and also Josh Garland, our facilities director, I think it was a few months ago, you toured all of our facilities with upgrades from our insurance company.
I was just kind of worried about that after the fire out there. I thought, oh, I wonder how our insurance is here.
Good question.
Is there any other questions? Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Brad.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Good night.
Continuing on, excuse me, with our strategic plan progress. For pillars 1 and 2, the outstanding achievement and thriving citizen, we're going to have Mr. Looney from the junior high present.
Thank you, Chairman Reynolds and the school board, Superintendent Martin, for allowing me to be here today and present to you guys. So I wanted to, I guess, share with you Sweet Home Junior High. So I did make a PowerPoint and I have it interactive. So that is the new junior high. I took that with my phone just the other day, so it's a panoramic view of the junior high because one picture does not do it justice. And then, of course, a little spinny tiger. So we have some things that we've implemented or re-implemented since COVID, and I'd like to share some of them with you. We're doing quarterly award assemblies, spirit assemblies, and new this year, Student of the Month assemblies. We use our homeroom time to do these assemblies so we do not shorten classes at all. We even have a mascot that has made his appearance around, and I think his name is Tiberius the Tiger. And so Tiberius has been coming to our assemblies and halftime shows and, well, just about everything. So, Student of the Month assemblies are all about our character traits. Some of the character traits that we've used so far: responsible, kindness and compassion, safe and respectful, perseverance, and this month is about integrity. And this is kind of what they look like, those assemblies. This is, I think, our 7th grade class. We do one assembly, 7th grade only, and then the next Friday, so usually Monday for 7th grade, and then Friday for the 8th grade. And so they're separated, and the teachers present awards. And so talking about integrity, that's doing the right thing when nobody is watching. So we've instituted Tiger's Scholars Program. I think the elementary schools know it better as self-managers or class managers. So this is our first group of Tiger Scholars. I think there was about 22 right off the bat. They have to answer a self-questionnaire, as well as each one of their teachers has to agree that they are ready in each of the areas, and I think there was 8 areas. Students self-apply. They have a list they use to see if they are ready to become Tiger Scholars. They must be working at their full potential or have B's or better. No referrals, and represent our core standards, which is be safe, be respectful, be responsible, and be kind. So lastly, I wanted to share with you our wonderful staff. So that's at our last staff meeting. So at our staff meeting, we instituted a new award called Eye of the Tiger. And you can see the tiger's eyes are bugging out on him over there in the poster. That's the actual poster that the teacher gets for the month. And one of the staff members, so we started it off, Amanda and myself, as picking the first person, and then they have to catch the next person doing something amazing. And so this month was Allie Gardner. She won the award. She's also the reason that we have Student of the Month and Tiger Scholars, and she's just done amazing things for our kids. Even though she's a halftime teacher, she's fully a Tiger. So, and then she will have to pick our next Eye of the Tiger recipient. So that is the junior high in a nutshell. Anybody have any questions?
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
Continuing with theme there of thriving citizens and recognition. Just wanted to share real briefly, we had the Chamber of Commerce Awards this weekend. And with the Chamber of Commerce, we had four members from our team were recognized. From Brooke, who was here giving the report. We'll go to the next slide. We'll have our first one. Our chairman.
Terrible.
And that was distinguished service. So Mike was recognized for the Distinguished Service Award. Our next one, Jill, who is here with us tonight, was our junior first citizen. They were talking about age on that. I'm just going to leave that alone. So the next one, Marcy Solensen and her husband Kyle, Mona Wable Hero Award. Weibel, excuse me. Mona Weibel Hero Award. They were recipients of, and she teaches at Hawthorne. And then the final one is Brooke. She also won a Hero Award as well. And so it was great to see Sweet Home represented, our school district represented within the heroes within the community. So congratulations to all four.
Good job, Jill.
Also, since our last board meeting, we had our classified staff recognition week. A lot of the teachers put together real nice event days for classified staff. And I took around a wonderful basket full of orange goodies and things to each of the schools. And so recognizing the wonderful classified staff that we have. Sean Morgan will be bending your ear coming up. Child Abuse Awareness Month. And when that's in April. We want to paint the town blue. We'll have banners up at the school and pinwheels around. And then a march will be conducted as well. So you're all invited to participate in that if you can. And then next we have safe and welcoming facilities, an update on our long-range facility plan. So, Kevin and
I think you guys got these things. So we're excited to get this to you guys. It's been just over a year in progress. Our last meeting with them was like 1 year, 1 day, I think, if I've been right. To when we, first meeting to our last meeting, so it's kind of cool. In this, you will see this packet, and it'll have laid out kind of what the short-term, mid-term, long-term, and then longer term. So it's kind of laid out to be able to see what the recommendation from the committee was in different areas. We're not asking, I don't think, Kevin, you can chime in too, we're not asking for necessarily something tonight, but we'd like you guys to look this over and see what the recommendations were and what you guys want to move forward with or not move forward with, and it's kind of in your guys' court now to see what you want to do, all right?
It's an exciting time. We have some, opportunities in front of us when it comes to our school facilities in the not too distant future. And so, let us know either in a future board meeting or if you would like to have a work session scheduled where we can dig into the long-range facility plan in greater detail. We'll do whatever you'd like us to do.
Beyond that, you're not really looking for anything right away.
We don't need action right away, but it would be good just to make sure that
So-
presidential grant tied to the biennium funding?
It's not tied to like,
So May is the budget month, and so having a work session in front of the next board meeting makes sense at this point in time? Is that too soon?
I would say maybe let's get rid of the budget.
Okay.
and look Maybe after, after the budget is approved.
All right, sounds good. Got lots to digest here, it'll be fun to review. Thanks. Any questions at this point? All right. Thank you, Kevin. Josh? And that's all for you. All right, thanks, Terry. Consent agenda, approved minutes from February 13, school board meeting, accept resignation of Jason Vanek, board member. Number 5, at large effective immediately. Accept resignation of Debbie Phillips, Hawthorne Elementary principal, effective February 28. Accept resignation of Tim Faulkner, math teacher at the junior high, effective March 10. And approve temporary hire of Wendy Ward, temp math teacher at the junior high, effective March 8th. And accept resignation from Cy Mogmer, language arts teacher at the high school, effective June 16th. Entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same? So moved. Kevin, you said you're up for a budget update.
It's like item 7A in the board packet. We are now through 8 months of our fiscal year. Year-to-date spending is a little over $1.1 million above the same time period last year, but we are well on track to be within our total budget for spending for this year. Labor expenses, both due to higher wages and salaries, as well as having higher staffing levels are the primary reasons for the increase.
Any questions on the budget? All right, thanks, Kevin. Do you have more to add on the maintenance stuff, Josh?
I was just gonna say, I don't know if you saw, the pool was down for a short time.
Right.
So that was, we have an old pool, old parts.
Right.
And that was a circuit board that went out. We saw that there was some moisture on that about 2 months ago. We ordered one for it then, thinking water and circuit boards don't do well together. And we were still waiting for it to come in. Jordan was able to find one that was actually in someone's warehouse, got it shipped. It happened during the snow, so then it bumped it to Monday. But over that time period, he studied it like crazy. And so then we were gonna have to schedule a company to come down out of Portland to program it, to put it in. And he figured out a way to do it all himself. And so it was kind of cool. So we got it up and going. The pump motor was going out too. We got a backup one of those on the shelf. And so that got put in, and now we're rebuilding the old one to have another backup on the shelf. And so we're plugging away, keeping that whole thing going. I don't know if you've seen up at the junior high, the cones on the north side of the building there. We're pouring a sidewalk across that side of the building, the way the kids loop around to use the track for PE. So we're pouring that actually Thursday this week. Spring break, we're doing some prep stuff for our summer projects, and then we're doing a little bit of work at the bus garage, office building, making it what they want, and then just working on getting everything ready for summer. We've got a bunch of projects this summer we're going to go on. So, any questions for me on regular facilities? All right, thank you.
Thanks, Josh. Terry, you want to talk about the calendar information?
Yeah, in your packet is a calendar approved by both the certified unions had a look at it, classified union has, the administrators have, business office, basically, it's been ran through the entire system. Our calendar, it's interesting, this year was 1 day separate from Lebanon's calendar. It's, interesting to me, so we've reached out to nearby districts as well, so that this calendar should work all the way around. Keeping the start date where it has been traditionally, the end date, and the breaks in between as well. So are there questions on the calendar that I could answer?
This is an action item later, so we'll be seeing this again. Any questions? color one's a lot better than the black and white one.
I agree.
All right, thanks, Terry. So we got a policy update for second reading. This is in the packet about graduation requirements. You can take action on this if you want. It has to be unanimous. We're gonna let it ride until next month. If you want to take action tonight, I need a motion to move to action items. Otherwise, we'll let it ride. Have been any questions on this one? Come to you. All right. Make some minor changes. Hear no motion, so we'll let that ride until April, and we'll move on it automatically. And so, action items, board policies. These are the third reading on this big stack we had from 4, which is stuff here in the K section. Other questions that came through on these ones? So this is an action item, the third reading, so I entertain a motion to approve. Motion from Jim, second? Debbie? All right, any more discussion on that one? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, the same. So moved. And then now that calendar for next school year is here before us, and entertain a motion to approve that.
I move that we approve the proposed 2023-2024 school calendar.
Second?
Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. So moved. Thank you on that action. And any board comments tonight? All right. You guys want to get out of here, don't you? So we're going to take a quick break. That means you guys are still all done. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back and talk about 3 things in closed session. ORS 19266-2A on the contract personnel renewal recommendations, and 2D, classified bargaining, and K, school safety. Take about a 5-minute break. Thanks.